One of the things I like about Embassy RV is that you can always come and visit them and do upgrades. One upgrade that's been talked about a lot in the Embassy RV owners and wannabe Facebook group is, should you put in Sumo Springs or not? Because that is an upgrade that you can get. And Terry Minix here, VP of Embassy RV, is going to share with us what the Sumo Springs look like, where they go on your chassis, and what the difference is between using the Sumo Springs or not. And it is a cost. There is a cost piece with that. Is it going to be worth it for you? Because for some people who are experienced drivers like Terry says he doesn't need one in his van.
I would only use them if I'm towing my boat or my big trailer or something like that. It will give you a softer ride when towing a heavier trailer. So that would be the need for me. I don't need it for wobble or anything, because the little bit of wobble these vans have don't bother me. But somebody new at the game that has never driven something like that.
Wait, you mean like me?
Yeah, like Jeff, who's a little bit of a white knuckle driver. When we were going through Colorado, he really could use something like this.
It's windy here today. So
Yes.
Yeah.
when the wind's really strong in the 20 to, I was driving against a 70 mile an hour gust when I went out to California, and it still didn't bother me in a big B plus. But some people would probably have pulled off and rested for a while.
Yeah, which
Like
Jeff
me.
and I had to do when we had 65 mile an hour winds in Colorado. We had to stop and wait a couple of days before we could drive again.
I was still doing 78 mile an hour. So yeah, it doesn't bother me. But it
Yeah.
wasn't, the B plus did it, the Cape Cod did an amazing job. So what we're going to show you is the factory donut that kind of is the thing that bottoms out if you hit a big bump or something in the road. This right here
You see that,
would
Jeff?
bottom out to this plate and give a softer, it wouldn't be a big thunk. It's going to act like a little air shock when it does that.
So this bottom part
Yes.
would go down and touch that plate.
Yes, it
I
would
see.
hit that when you hit a really bad bump. So what the Sumo does, and there's a couple more parts to it, but these would end up just off of that plate like this. So when you do hit a bump, it acts like an air shock built into the vehicle without any air. So what these are is these are a rubber donut that acts like an air shock, but it's lifetime warranty, and there's no air, there's no leaking hoses, there's nothing you have to adjust. They just work for you and give a softer ride and give less sway in a wind, because as the vehicle does a little bit of this is going to touch right away and stop that.
Ah.
Oh, so that's where it's stopping some of that sway.
Right.
And you can feel a little sway when a big semi truck passes you. Sometimes there's a little bit of sway, because I know Jeff does a little white knuckle like that.
Not like
sometimes.
that.
So this should help with that too.
Absolutely. It
Okay.
really does a nice job with it. This is a rear. There's some black ones. The fronts are big spring supports up there. So what we do is the tire drops down, and there's a rubber thing that slides into the spring and does a similar job to the front too. So you can pick rear only if you're doing it for a trailer or something like that, or you
Okay.
can pick all four corners and do it for the fronts as well.
And that's what
Now,
we
you
did.
don't have to drive to Embassy for this, even though we do install them here.
Okay.
This is a nationwide product. You can buy them online even, and you can have a local mechanic put them on. It's not rocket science. So just know that if you want them and you live in California, you're not going to make a trip to Embassy to do this kind of thing.
Ah.
These are
Terry also gave us that you could kind of put up here too. There is, if you, what do you call those?
QR codes?
The QR code. It gives you more information about Super Springs online.
Sumo
And I
Springs.
think
Springs.
it is called Super
It says
Springs.
Super Springs
Oh.
right
Yes.
here.
Oh, is that right?
And it's
okay.
a Sumo Spring, but Super Springs is the company name.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So it's Super Springs is Sumo Springs.
And
That's a tongue
I've been
twister.
using stuff like this forever. Many, many years ago, the original one of this was called a Timbren. And it was done for military vehicles to give them air shocks lifetime without air shocks. So it originally was created for military vehicles to give them a softer ride and a better ride and less sway and stuff in military, and it worked its way into the market.
Great.
Okay. Wow. So that is extra extra fancy, and we did get 4 of these, right? One for each wheel.
Well,
They look a little
two
bit different on the
yellow ones
front.
and the black ones go in the front that go into the big springs. These are the ones that go in the back that replace this.
Oh, okay.
So this unscrews from the frame, and there's a bolt that goes in here, and it threads into the same place and replaces that. When we do a lot of surgical instrument vehicles. When I was doing a lot of Sprinter and ProMaster ones, when I'd put a generator on one side, sometimes that side would be a little lower than the other side.
Okay.
From the
And
weight?
We'd have to put this on that side, and it would level the vehicle back up. So there's a
Oh.
lot of
Okay.
ways to use these to your advantage.
Okay. And when Nolan put it on our vehicle, he gave us four
Yes.
springs for.
Yes. The front
Okay.
ones, like I say, slip inside a coil spring that's up underneath the front tires,
Okay.
and then the back are these ones here. So they're two different things that operate similarly. They just shaped a little differently.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And Jeff, you got to experience driving our van. We went to up Michigan,
Yeah.
along Lake Michigan.
And it was
for a little
very,
bit.
very windy.
And it was a
And then when
very
we would go
windy
through like
day.
a valley,
So that was before
Yeah.
you had these on.
no,
after.
we had those,
Oh.
and I could really tell a
So
difference
you
in the
didn't see
drive.
Panic anymore. Is that what
Yeah, he was much better. He was much better. He was like,
Yes.
okay.
I can feel it.
Yeah, actually,
feels
when we first
better.
left Embassy, we got on the freeway, and the first semi truck that passed us, he was like, "Hey, all right, Gina, this is better. This was worth the extra money for us." So,
Thank you for my
Yeah.
Christmas present.
yeah, exactly. Well, thank you, Terry, and
Sure.
I appreciate your honesty, and him letting us know for himself. Yeah, he wouldn't need it. He would save the money and not worry about it, because sway doesn't bother him, because he's been driving these trucks almost all of his life, and it's
Yeah.
not a big whoop to him. But for those of us that are new RVers and handling a bigger vehicle,
For the first time.
especially
Yeah.
for the first time, it really
Yeah.
gave Jeff comfort.
And
And
it's a great product. It does a great job. Absolutely.
Yeah, and cool lifetime warranty.
I believe it is, yes.
Wow. Well, we'll have to check that out
Yeah.
and click
It
click
says
on
on the back,
this
limited lifetime warranty.
limited
They
lifetime
always add the word
warranty.
limited.
Well, yeah. In case you do something really weird. Yeah. Limited lifetime
If
warranty.
the Gopher chews them in half, it's probably not under warranty.
Yeah.
Okay. You never know. All right. Well,
All
thank
right.
you very much,
Yeah,
Terry.
You're welcome.
Hold on to your anchor moments. Bye-bye.